at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station, mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas, 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
We are having a terrific Tuesday here at The Boss, KNLY 91.1 The Boss. I'm your host, Orlando Daniels, of Today's Entrepreneur. And of course, I come in laughing because I have a wonderful guest, Miss Lori Gaska, and I want her to introduce not only what she brings to the table in reference to business owners and entrepreneurs alike, but I want her to be able to share just a little bit about just her love, her passion, and we're going to talk about what fueled the Grove.
Okay.
So introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lori Gaskett, and I am so excited to be here this morning with Orlando. I am excited to bring our new venture to the Woodlands, and Woodlands boss babes, Woodlands entrepreneurial women. That's what we're here for. But first, we got to start this off with a little drop of peppermint. So here, I'm going to give you a little drop. You just lick that. Go
Lick
for
it?
Lick
Lick
it.
it.
Lick it.
Okay, so I don't even know what I'm
It's
licking.
strong. It's strong, isn't it?
It wakes you
You smell
up.
better. No, I'm kidding. It does wake you up, doesn't it?
Now, what did you have me lick? You know, and
You already trust me
Ivan,
so
Ivan,
much.
Ivan, you should have said, "Hold on." So
Ivan
what am I
need
licking?
some too. Well, in about 5 seconds, you're going to drop. So I'm kidding. It's
Okay.
peppermint essential oil. That's
Wow.
what got me into where I am. My essential oils with Young Living, peppermint is fantastic for digestive, but it's great for alertness, and it's early, and our coffee hasn't quite kicked in. So I thought we would use a little focus.
And it actually is like I'm like.
You're
yeah,
alert, right?
Yeah. So leave that bottle here.
Yeah, you can
it's
have
legal.
it. That
This
is
is
yours.
legal. This may be a whole new high for me. So yeah, I need this in the morning outside
you
of coffee.
say hi. We did just come out
Yeah.
with CBD infused with the oils. There's no high in that though. There's no THC, but it will totally chill you.
So you are actually adding the CBD to
No, I
your
didn't
products?
actually do it, but yes, Young Living is a big company, 6 million members.
Okay.
And we paired with Nature's Ultra,
Okay.
which is a pure form of CBD.
Okay.
And they took a very pure CBD
Mm-hmm.
that has no THC in it. That's the psychoactive side of it that would make you fail a drug test.
Okay.
And they added essential oils to it to give you what we call a smart spectrum CBD. So you have all the power and benefits of a full broad spectrum CBD without any of the negative side effects of drugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an advocate. I believe in it. I don't know if you know Gina Collins, our KEG revival, and I love since it's become the thing.
It has.
I'm watching how it is actually progressively growing. So thank you for the peppermint.
You're welcome. I was going to give it to you anyway, but you just took it. But that's okay.
So tell us a little bit more about not only the oils, but everything that you have been entrusted with that has you excited. And we got a chance to talk about how I get to see people's passion and it comes alive when they get on this platform and talk about their business and their brand. So let's give them some history, a little background, so we can get to the Grove. We can
Let's
talk
do
about
it.
the essentials. So go ahead.
Okay, so as long as I can remember, I've had an entrepreneurial spirit. I grew up in a small little town on Lake Livingston, 500 people. I think they have 600 now.
Okay, wow.
And so we were walking distance. Our home was walking distance from the little town store, town square, and there's a little store on the corner. Probably 5 or 6 years of age, I walked a couple blocks to that store, and I said, I want a job. Because I knew then I wanted to make money. I wanted to do something to make money, even at 5 or 6 years old. And greatly offended me by giving me a book on how to make money instead of
Wow.
giving me a job.
Wow.
You know, so that's how it all started, really. But I went into corporate America after going to the University of Texas, getting a PR degree, actually. And corporate America just wasn't for me. And we have 4 children. And when we had the third, it was kind of like you either pay for a nanny to go to work or you come home and be with your kids, right? And so I came home to be with the kids, and the entrepreneurial brain just never stopped. Now our children are 14, 16, 19, and 21. My husband and I have been married for 25 years.
Ah, congratulations.
And you know, you were saying earlier that sometimes a spouse comes in with somebody when they're doing this. The funny thing about that is my dad is very entrepreneurial, and my mom and my husband are so much alike. And today's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday. My dad says, you know, we may get frustrated with them for not having that entrepreneurial mindset, but they kept us from living under a bridge.
Wow.
You know, so they kind of
foundation.
reined us
Yeah.
in. They kind of reined us in over the years. But that really, 10 years ago, I got introduced to Young Living essential oils. 25 years ago, I had done another MLM network marketing type business. It wasn't for me, but it wasn't for me because I didn't find the product that I was passionate about, and that is the key to success in a network marketing type of business, because it's not easy. People look at you like you're the salesperson or you're crazy, or you have them licking things off their hands and they're like, what are you doing? But I took it and I ran with it, and I made it to the top 0.01% of a 6 million person company.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
You know, I tell people, you never know where passion will ignite.
You're so
and when we'll discover what it is that we were born and created to do. And some people discover it early on.
Right.
Some people tap into it later on, you know, as it relates to life. But what we have to remember is what God has purposed each of us to do. And I'm having my New Jack City moment. I don't know if you've ever seen New Jack City, but Pookie was saying it just keeps calling me and calling me. And so I think with purpose, and when we think about what we're called to do, it will continue to pull on you until
It
you
does.
submit to it,
It does.
and your peace will be where your passion is. And so I love your, not just your zeal, because people have a lot of zeal, but they don't have the knowledge to accompany the zeal. You know your brand, you know your
I
product,
do.
and
Yeah.
you're able to effectively communicate it. And that's where I think a lot of business owners or entrepreneurs, especially when we talk about sales and things of that nature, they don't learn their brand, they don't learn their product, or they sell
You
or
know
push
why?
what they're not confident in. Yes,
They're working for a paycheck.
that's it.
That's why. And I had a good paycheck in corporate America, but corporate America made me miserable. But I was doing what was in the box. I went to college, I had a degree, I got to make this degree work, right? And that's my passion with this. My passion is I want my children, as they're growing up, to see a corporate America job that my husband has been fantastic. It's paid our bills, right? But you don't have to stay in the box. You don't have to stay in the box. Just because you go get a college degree, or if you don't even have a college degree, think outside the box. And that's really what, even though Young Living is my vehicle, it is my natural health and wellness is not necessarily my passion. That's not how I grew up. I didn't come to Young Living as a passion. I came to Young Living knowing I was going to have a platform to impact people. And so more than 7,000 people on our team.
Wow.
So my team alone, I'm able to impact with my life and hopefully with my words and my encouragement. But I know that working at home is hard. And that's how the Grove really started, because for years, I've worked at home. My children are older now, so they don't really need me at home much anymore. They prefer me not be there, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
They're good kids, though. But back in January, February, I said, you know, I need a place to get out of the house, because I've learned enough about myself over the years with a lot of therapy and counseling and good advice that I need people. As much as I don't always like people all the time, I need to have that interaction.
That's the vehicle and the engine of life. I think we have to know how to not only have balance, but build relationships. I put a post out recently, and I said, building relationships and networking goes a lot further than likes. And we get caught up in the likes versus the relationship and the platform of networking and the avenues and the doors, and just so much comes with that. And I love the fact that you mentioned about the paycheck. That at the end of the day, I tell people what you're called to do. If you're really called to do it, you'll do it without one. You'll literally do your job without the paycheck. And so I think it's important that we really communicate that to others, that, hey, this is your calling, this is your passion. And getting outside of that box, because society will, place that on your family, friends. And when you choose to get outside the box, you choose to do something that no one has heard of, and it may not make sense to anyone else, but if it makes sense to you, go for it.
Absolutely.
The very thing that feeds your soul or makes your heart sing. And so I'm glad to have you here being able to share. Now, you got some things coming up.
We do.
For August. So let's give them some information about August.
We do. So back in February, I started looking for an office space, and it reminded me a lot of corporate America. And I didn't like that stuffiness. I didn't want to go back to that, but I needed a place to go be intentional. Because I don't know about you, if I'm working at home, there's always something distracting me. There's always something that's going to pull me. Now, I built a big business working from home, so I see the value in that. But I also know that if a couple days a week I would go sit in a coffee shop and I would be focused and intentional, I would get more done in an hour or two than I did in 2 or 3 days, because I was intentional and focused and non-distracted. So basically, I didn't find what I needed in an office, so I created myself an office space for me, meets my needs, meets the needs of women in the community. It's called the Grove Creative Workspace for Women.
Wow.
Yeah, we will officially get the keys August 1st. We should have our first members. Thank you.
Well,
August 5th is when we should have our members working.
August 5th.
Yes.
So listen, the Grove, if you're not familiar, get familiar. This is not going to be the only time that you all see me and Miss Lori interacting. I'm going to actually do all I can to help push and aid her in what she's passionate about. Give them some information so that they can follow you: Facebook, Instagram, any phone number.
We are the Grove Creative Workspace for Women on Facebook, and our website is www.thewoodlandsgrove.com, and it's a membership base. So you can come and join, and it's $125 a month to have a complete workspace. If you do a year membership, and you're going to have all the things you need to create your social media videos. We've got the cameras and the lights and all of that. We've got a conference room that you can have clients come and meet you in. I always have free coffee, and I will get you French vanilla. And even though memberships are for women, you're welcome always. Men are always welcome.
Thank you. Listen, when you are building a brand, when you're building a business, consider all sides, consider all people, and go for it. Get outside the box based on myself and Miss Lori, Miss Gaskin. You all be blessed. Listen, tune in, get prepared. Cachet is on the way. So many other people are going to be on the platform on today's Entrepreneur. We thank you. It's Tuesday. Make it a great one. You all be blessed.
Thank you.